Hi, welcome to the Moon Astrology New Moon Forecast for March of 2023. The moon is waning, the energy is decreasing. How are you feeling? On March 21st at 10:22 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will conjoin the sun, reach the end of the Amavasya Tithi, and then begin to wax again. A little foggy, confused, perhaps frustrated lately with things. Are you ready for a new chapter? A restart? You may have been a little bit unclear and cloudy lately in the last few days, especially because of Mercury in the Vedic system. He is debilitated now in Pisces and been combust and very close to Neptune, like a very deep and watery kind of placement for Mercury. He's really been diving into the inner world, which isn't so easy on the worldly front. There's been, for me anyway, a lot of difficulties with the internet and my computer hardware and things here in India. But powerful time for meditation and deep inner reflection and healing. So this is the new moon of the magical gateway of the equinox. The forces of light and darkness are in a balance right now. And it's said in Vedic astrology that this is sort of the tipping point, the true new year, the beginning of a whole new karmic trend starts with this new moon. The sun is going to start its journey into the first sign of the zodiac, and we're having the new moon in Pisces, the final sign, right? The sign of death, of rebirth, in the nakshatra, the Vedic lunar mansion of Uttara Bhadrapada. Uttara Bhadrapada is a star of transformation, of death. It's symbolized by a funeral cot, or like the funeral pyre that burns away the past, allows the ashes to scatter, and creates a new template, a new possibility. So for Vedic astrologers, this is the most important new moon for predicting world events, especially political events, kind of collective karmic events for specific areas of the world. And how we do that is we look at the moment of the new moon, exactly when the Amavasya is finished, when the sun and the moon conjoin, the end of the lunar cycle. And we chart it for a specific capital city of a country, like Washington, D.C., which would be 1:22 p.m. Pacific time, 1:22 p.m. Eastern time. So this is an image of the chart that I cast. And as you can see, Mars is sitting in the first house in Gemini. It's Gemini that's going to be rising in the United States at the new moon. And the United States chart in Washington, D.C. So one could say that there may be more internal conflict and external conflict. Mars is a warrior. He has to do with protection and the military. So there may be more military activity. Jupiter is also in Pisces right now, which gives us a really deep spiritual influence on this whole year. And this is for basically every chart that we cast in the new moon. Also, you can see Rahu and Venus very close together within 1 degree of each other. You know, with everything that's happening, you know, Venus symbolizes relationships, but also art and expression. And with Rahu there, it seems like this 2023, the rest of 2023 is going to be a really important year for the expressive arts. Particularly when you see what's happening already with AI and trying to understand how to create ownership and copyright over artistic expression is going to have to really transform. There's something Rahu is going to do to Venus this year. There's a lot of focus on government in this chart. Mercury is not doing well at the moment, and it is in the 10th house of government and leaders. So there may be some issues around our leadership as well. The debilitated Mercury also indicates instability in the markets. Also, Saturn is in Shatabisha Nakshatra, the star of healers, 100 healers. So it does seem to say there's a lot of innovation that can happen in medicine, and also secrets, mysteries that are going to be solved, some pretty big breakthroughs. And I talked about this in my 2023 forecast, that this kind of a pattern shows throughout history when big breakthroughs do happen. Saturn in Aquarius and Jupiter moving soon into Aries with Rahu, we're going to see a big sort of acceleration in technology and also in just how we see the world and how we work together. Oh, and also, this is the new moon that kickstarts the Chaitra Navaratri, the Navaratri of spring, when we invoke the goddess Durga to heal and fulfill wishes and to bring clarity of mind. This inner focus is a powerful thing to be doing, if possible, if you can take time for meditation, for self-reflection and journaling, especially around the days of this new moon and for the 9 days that follow. There's a lot of light that can come in, a lot of spiritual healing in the air right now. Okay, so let's just take a look at what the tarot cards have to say about this new moon coming up in Uttara Bhadra. Okay, so the first card that came through is the Six of Swords. It's like the Equinox portal here, the crossing from one side to the other, from lightness to dark, from darkness to light. And then another sword card, the Queen of Swords. And perhaps this is the goddess Durga herself, the goddess of Navaratri, who beheads the demon. She is with demon's head, the Mahishasura. Through prayer, through meditation, so much can be overcome in the days that follow this new moon. And then the final card is the Hermit. Very powerful card. This really speaks of the inner light. Navaratri of the fall is a much more outwardly celebrated Navaratri, but the springtime one is supposed to be a more inner, secret kind of Navaratri, a Navaratri where the temple is in your heart. And you go there and you visit her each night in loving presence and in whatever sadhana that you may be doing. The inner process, finding that light within. Uttara Bhadrapada also is a nakshatra generally that is sort of associated with renunciates or sadhus or people who give up their worldly life in search of the inner wealth. Let's take a look. Find the inner resource, the inner realm of nourishing and protective love. Gather your forces there. The resources that you grow and you cultivate from within are your strongest and most important connection to what you can have without. To connect to your heart and maybe a new nourishing source or one that you may have forgotten. There is something infinite that has always been within you and will always continue to be with you. You are not alone on the path. You can take refuge in the Divine Mother, in an inner love that supports you and lights your path. Okay, thank you for coming to the Industry Astrology New Moon Forecast. I do offer Vedic astrology readings and tarot readings one-on-one on Zoom. I do think I have a few slots open. I'm going to be opening them for next month. And also I have classes and forecasts for sale on my Teachable platform. Be sure to sign up for my newsletter. It's free. Check out my Instagram. I do post more frequently there. And Facebook. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I will see you soon on the next full moon.